This thing's had quite a few changes since it was new. It was originally my old Traxxas upgrade test, including with the GPS system and all the rest of that. We know the TRX4 is a wonderful trail truck, but can it crawl well and still have nicer trail manners? We've got the straight axles. Now, when you remove the portals from a system like this, you're losing reduction. The portals had a small gear and then a bigger gear on the outdrive. So there was quite a bit of speed reduction there. That made this thing too fast. And last video, we got as far as problem 5. Goodness me. Yeah, the motor only having done problems 1 and 2. And I called it. It was time to stop because this thing was overheating and chowing through power. Now, I looked at putting brushless in and I actually installed it, but then I pulled it back out again because it was still too fast. So what we've ended up with is a Holmes 45 turn 550. The sound unit's gone. Everything else is still here, so we've got a nice light controller. I've removed the GPS system. That's gone into the X-Max, which we'll have a chat about at some point. So today, this thing returns probably for the last time in this form to the 6 problem course. In the original video, when this thing was stock, but with portals, we managed problems 1, 2, couldn't do problem 3, couldn't do problem 4 here, which I think is still going to be unlikely, but we could do 5 and 6. Now we've lost some capability in that we've got straight axles, so we've got less reach for the wheels, but we do have lower center of gravity. I don't think center of gravity was a big deal for this thing though. If we can still do problems 1, 2, 3 and 5, I think I'll actually be happy. I don't expect we're going to get 4. I don't expect we're going to get 6, but anything's possible. Without further ado, let's get this thing onto the problems. Okay, with a little further ado, we should at least give it some power. Now that we're running a 45 turn, it's still got plenty of speed. That's maximum in first and maximum in second. So this is still a trail truck. And I think if we went brushless, getting lower KV like 1200 would be wise. Here's problem 1. It's making a little noise and it makes me wonder if I've got the grub screw from the pinion a little bit across. It's the only thing I can think of. Just unlocking the rear. I'm just hoping to try and help drag the front around. Yeah, that's better. Alright. It's nice having all that strength in the servo. It's not really needed on this kind of truck, although some strength is. The JX Servo 32 kilo is another good choice, I think. I'm just going to unlock the rear. I don't need it to drive much. We just want to pull the front around. You watch what happens. See this back wheel closest to us wasn't moving a little? Now it is. I don't want to fall off the edge either, but by unlocking, I have the ability to get more steering out of the front while the back allows it to. So that gave us, there's no underdrive or overdrive in this thing, but that had the same effect. If you're wondering, I'm not going to use the winch on this test because we want to just see how it performs for comparison's sake. Oh, there we go. Canyon trails are very good. From last year's tyre test series, we learned that the Canyon trails are possibly some of the best OEM rubber that money can buy. They're very, very good. Okay, out of problem 2. Problem 3. Yeah, there. I've done something wrong with the gear mesh there. It's still working, so I'm guessing it's just the grub screw on the pinion is impacting the spur a little on the edge. That's what it sounds like. Not to worry, it won't impede performance here. We're not running any huge power through it. I'll fix it later. Now, this thing's really heavy, and we don't have the breakover because removing portals is like going down in tyre size as far as the clearance goes. So my aim is to get this thing up the rock and then around, not like that. It might do it this way, but I kind of doubt it. Okay, this is more like the angle I wanted actually, although I want those wheels back on the concrete there. We'll see how we go. It could work. Oh dear. We're going to go back a little onto that ledge, that white ledge at the bottom. Yeah, there we go. Now, we've gone a little far forward, but if I go back we crash. There we go. There we... Oh, we nearly had that. It is nice having that stronger servo. I don't like using extra speed, but sometimes it feels like it's the right thing to do. Gosh, these are good tyres. What if we unlock the rear? There's half a chance we can pull the front. No. I'll tell you what, it's nice having a powerful servo. Now if we unlock the rear, this is where I want it to be. I basically want to pull the front of the car across without losing the position where the rear is. No, it's over. Okay, problem 3, I'd say, is out. We nearly got it, and I think we might if we stuck at it. I've done something wrong with that mesh. Well, not the mesh, you can't really get the mesh wrong because it's got a plastic cover. I think I've just lined up the pinion wrong, that's all. Not to worry. Problem 4. Unlikely to be possible. Oh, we're not locked. There we go. And the reason it's unlikely is because of this rock here and also the ridge on this rock here. They're both quite sharp, and we've got 4.6 inch tyres, that's the Canyon Trails, and no portals, which means I'm probably going to need to apply a little bit of speed to hop it across from this position right here to the next one, which is unlikely to work. If I don't do that, the middle of the car will get hung up right there. Tell you what, I reckon we nearly had that. Among others, oh, it's Kookaburra. There he is. This is a 5-year-old phone. It's not going to be very good, but there's a pair of Kookaburras here that love being here. We're not going to punish the poor old Bronco too hard on problem 4 because it is quite a lot to ask of it, but it is already a lot better with this lower, this higher tone motor. I've got control I didn't have before in the previous video, which is good. Here's the slow attempt. No, I guess slow is possible. Is the body lined up properly? No. There we go. Must have popped out when I rolled. Oh, yep. Okay, that's where I want it to be. Well, I thought where I wanted to be. Oh, that's right. I was saying it's we've had a lot of rain here, and elsewhere has had a lot of dry, and people are suffering from both. There we go. There we go. Okay. So if you've been suffering, I hope you're doing okay. I've got friends in Australia who've had their troubles, but of course, in the lucky country here, we've still got it very, very good. Suffering is real no matter where you are, and I feel for you if you are struggling with the elements at the moment. Flood or fire, it's pretty grim either way. Oh. Hey, there we go. Now I'm going to unlock the rear, although it's not going to make almost any difference. Where we are, locked again. Yeah, okay. This might be doable, but it's unlikely, I think. Try for momentum. Alright, I'm not going to punish it, we'll leave it. 4's out, and that's actually quite acceptable. We just don't have the clearance underneath here, but look how nice it is. This is a beautiful quality machine. I want to give this thing a good chance. We just actually had to do up the one of the rear wheel nuts that had backed out. And look, I generally take challenge in context, and right now I'm playing with a toy truck, and so the worst thing that's going to happen is things will be disappointing within the context of, oh, this toy truck did or didn't do something I thought it should or shouldn't. It's not particularly enjoyable to crawl with like this though, with the portals gone. I'm accepting that now. Now, rather than ending this video like this and saying, look, it did alright, could have been better, could have been worse, just unlocking the rear. The aim is to bring the front around here. I'm thinking to give it a better chance. Rear's locked again. Look how strong that servo is. It does make a difference having a strong servo. I'll link this in the description. This is a 46 kilo JX. They don't make it anymore, but there's a 45 that's replaced it. That's very good. I've got several of them. I'm thinking rather than just ending it here and saying, hey, look, this is how it went, we might actually give it one more chance by sticking in an arguably better performing set of wheels and tires, depending how this attempt right here goes. Oh, I needed it to be across a little. We're unlocking the rear again. I don't want to fall off to the left towards us. Ever so carefully. I'm trying to reverse just a shade. I'm trying to pull it across away from us at the top. We're likely going to fall here. Now we're locking the rear. Hopefully it'll allow it to. It did. It's a great mechanism in the TRX4. There we go, look at that. I think we're going to get there. And check out the brake over here. It's sufficient, just barely, but it is sufficient. Oh, it is scraping, but if we fall away from us just a little, and then I'm going to steer towards us, we'll pull back up. There we go. There we go. If it doesn't do it from here, it's not going to do it. Such a great looking car. I love my hard body scalers. I've got some cool stuff coming soon to show you guys. BRX02 6x6, BRX02, the nearly 10-year-old Galande 2 from RC4 Drive, the anniversary autograph edition. There we go. Problem 5's done by the skin of our teeth. Alright. Yeah, I love hard body cars, but I've got a couple of Lexan bodied cars that honestly really stand out as we go into problem 6 here. Everything's locked. This is a beautiful car, and also the Cross RC, the Emo AT4 is just a work of art for a Lexan body car. I also like the RGT, whatever it is, the EX86 190 I think it is, I can't remember its name now, the 76 series. There are some really nice Lexan bodied vehicles out there that just have all the bells and whistles. Yeah, look at that, right at itself. I think from previous observation we might actually be alright here. Ah, look at that clicking away. Maybe it's not engaged. Oh, look at that. The wheel nuts come undone again. Now I did that right up before. The nylock must be no good, which means thread lock might be required here. It'll only be on the back right. The back left will tend towards doing itself up, not coming undone. But also, do keep in mind I'm abusing this car beyond really what it's designed for here, in the name of science. People often say, oh, you shouldn't expect that to do that, it's a trail truck. And yeah, cool, whatever, it's just a name. You might be right, but I want to know what it can do. Rear's unlocked. So, I mean, that's, went too far. That's kind of what I'm aiming to do here with RC-TNT. Gonna play with a bunch of stuff and see, and then when you make that one purchase that you're gonna plan for, I've already gone through and broken my stuff, maybe. Although not much stuff breaks these days, and you'll know what to expect. You're welcome. Looks like it might be possible. What's gonna fail first, the car or this GoPro? Come on, Bronco. Yeah. Oh, we're so close to where I want it to be. Unlocking the rear. The aim with unlocking the rear now is to hope I don't have traction. There we go. Now we're locking the rear. Look at what that front wheel's doing. It's all kind of up to that now. We even need to fall further away. Gosh, it's close. Yeah. Oh, it's so close. And now it's fallen off the side. I'm gonna call it. It's possible, but I think not quite. Whoa. We managed problems 1, 2, and 5, and we nearly did 6. Couldn't do 4, and that's to be expected. And 3 was close. We're getting close. Are you interested in seeing more from this? Because if you are, I can put a heavy set of wheels on here, even some brass. I've already got brass outers. I can put other stuff on here though, heavy wheels and maybe slightly bigger and better tires. I've got a set in mind actually. Let me know if you'd like to see that. Otherwise, look for a trail truck that's just pretty. I like the Bronco. It doesn't have to do everything. It does what it does, and it does it very well. I'm going to keep these straight axles on here. I'm just going to enjoy it. Throw me a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you again real soon. We've got a bunch of stuff coming right here on RC-TNT. I'm Craig, and thank you for watching.